Hello again, everyone. Before I give an update on this past week's club visits, I want to give a hearty congratulations to District Governor nominee designate Dr. Jerry Kosanovic from the Rotary Club of Greater Corvallis. Last Saturday afternoon, the D5110 nominating committee deliberated for 2 hours and unanimously selected Jerry from among 3 other outstanding candidates: Paul Nicholson from Ashland, Mike Hewitt from Port Orford, and Jim Polk from Illinois Valley. Congratulations to Jerry, and a hearty thanks to Paul, Mike, and Jim for putting their names forward for consideration. Our district is in very good hands. I'm really starting to hear appreciation for these weekly blogs and how they share insight into our district's clubs and the good work each are doing. I've now visited 2/3 of our clubs and can hardly wait to visit the rest. This week, I visited clubs in Albany and Philomath, and then headed back over to the coast to visit clubs in Lincoln City and Newport. It was another wonderful week, so let me tell you about it. Sunday evening, I arrived in Albany to meet with Greater Albany Rotary Club President Joe Vincent and a few of his board members. I can't think of another of this year's club presidents who've worked harder to plan and prepare for their year as president than Joe has. His commitment to Rotary and Greater Albany is simply exceptional. I learned about some of the club's successes and challenges, and by the way, every club has some of both. Monday noon, I arrived at the Lynn County Expo Center, the site of our 2017 district conference, and met up with President Joe and a full house of Greater Albany Rotarians and guests. One of these, incidentally, was D5110 Rotarian of the Year, Dave Bassett from Port Orford. Dave is a frequent visitor to clubs around the district. President Joe kicked off the meeting by honoring Debbie Blasquez for her exceptional service to the club. Debbie, by the way, is our district youth exchange treasurer. Club Rotary Foundation Chair Chuck Beeler accepted the club's recognition for meeting past District Governor Claudette McWilliams' Pink Hair Challenge, this for increased giving to the foundation. And on that note, it was an honor to present President Joe with a multiple Paul Harris, and also to recognize past District Governor Dave Reese for being a Paul Harris Society member. The Society is for Rotarians committed to gifting at least $1,000 a year to the Rotary Foundation. It was really great to be back in the company of Assistant Governor Bruce Allen. Bruce had been on a short leave confronting a health issue. Thanks for the introduction, Bruce, even if you did misidentify me as an Oregon Duck. Truth is, I went to Arizona State, but it's all good. Bruce is an exceptional Rotarian, and he inspires. My message to clubs speaks to how Rotary not only creates lasting change in communities and the world, but also in ourselves. It does. Rotary changes lives. It has changed mine. It was a privilege to recognize President-elect Jessica Pankratz for being an exceptionally inspirational Rotarian, and also Debbie Blasquez. Debbie and I have a commitment to meet up in Cabo in 30 years because we're both blood cancer survivors and share the same oncologist today, 9 years after each of us have been diagnosed. Debbie is a selfless Rotarian and a very special inspiration to me. District 5110 has 5 Rotaract clubs. Rotaract brings together adults ranges 18 to 30 to take action in their communities, to develop their leadership and professional skills, and to have fun. Rotary clubs sponsor them, but Rotaract members manage and fund their clubs independently. Monday evening, then, I enjoyed dinner with a pair of outstanding Oregon State University Rotaract members, Club President Carly Watkins and Amar, the club's treasurer. These fine young Rotaractors are learning the true meaning of service above self, and I'm thrilled to be able to support their efforts. Tuesday, I met with Assistant Governor Michelle Kellison for coffee and an update about the clubs in her area. Michelle is our district membership co-chair and District 5110 Rotarian of the Year. Together then, we headed over to Philomath for a leadership meeting and then official visit to the Philomath Rotary Club. I want to give a shout out to Philomath President Howard Friedman. Howard joined the club because his wife has health challenges, But as a member of the club, wanted to continue attending meetings, and so Howard not only joined, he found himself a somewhat reluctant club president. Michelle and I spoke candidly with the board about the challenges this club faces, and we offered encouragement and district support. We see lots of potential for greater Rotary impact in this small community, and so, after President Howard convened the official meeting and AG Michelle introduced me, I called an audible and we shared a video called Laws of Attraction, Breaking Bad. This short, humorous spoof about a make-believe club's membership practices actually convicts all of us because every single club I know demonstrates some of the video's examples about what not to do. Here's a snippet from Breaking Bad.
And crashing our little private party. Just kidding, buddy. We have William Billobin back.
Actually, it's Bill Ballenbeck.
Well, you know, with a name like that, you need an instruction manual. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah. Oh, and well, it says right here that Bill is an attorney. That's just what we need, right? Yeah. Another attorney telling us what to do.
Actually, I do probate law.
That's all right. Sit down, Bill. If we let this guy keep going, we'll be here all night. Am I right?
I do enjoy sharing my message with clubs, and it seems to resonate. At least, I hope so anyway. Fred Schaub was recognized as an exceptionally inspirational Rotarian. He's been the club's programs chair for as long as anyone in Philomath can remember. And I recognized immediate past president Don Rogers for being exceptionally inspirational too. Don's Rotary journey began as an outbound exchange student to Finland years ago. His commitment to Rotary is evident to anyone who meets him. After the meeting, AG Michelle and I spent a little time exchanging thoughts with Mal Miner. His openness about the club's challenges and his eagerness to strengthen Rotary in Philomath was really refreshing. I left Philomath Tuesday afternoon and headed back to the coast. I love this state, and many of you know that Linda and I maintain a small place in Springfield as a second home. But the Oregon coast is our true home and our true love. I've always found myself glad to breathe that fresh, salty air from the Pacific. Wednesday morning, I met Lincoln City Rotary Club President Dave Price for coffee in his office at Oregon Coast Community College, then followed him down to Salishan Resort, where the club meets. I've wanted to meet with this club since my visit started in July because Dave, a former newspaper guy, puts out an incredibly fun newsletter that I read each week. As you can see, club members knew the governor would be visiting, and they turned out anyway. That's kind of a joke. This was my first club visit to pair up with North Coast Assistant Governor Crystal Farnsworth. Crystal drove up from Florence, but she could have just as easily flown. She's recently soloed and is now a private pilot. I'm impressed. I know Crystal has been thinking about introducing me for a long time because she kept pressing me for background trivia. I thought maybe the introduction would be in French because Crystal is a retired French teacher, and she knows I was indisputably the world's worst French student, but it was in English, thankfully. After sharing my message in this beautiful setting, I appreciated the opportunity to recognize Estelle Harlan and Dave Davis as the club's exceptionally inspirational Rotarians. Estelle has been a member of the club for many years and works tirelessly to support it. Dave is a newer member who's made a huge impact supporting new service projects. After club, AG Crystal and I met with President Dave and his board to learn about its successes, the challenges, and how district can help support and strengthen the club. The club is revisiting some of its old ways in an effort to broaden its impact and increase community awareness, and I think it will work. Crystal and I are pretty impressed with what we see happening with Lincoln City Rotary under President Dave's very strong leadership. He inspired me with his energy and out-of-the-box approach as a Rotary leader. Next, I headed down the coast to Newport for a meeting AG Crystal and I had scheduled with Newport Rotary Club President Marcia Buckley and her leadership team. Newport is an engaged, focused club that knows what it wants to achieve and what it takes to accomplish this. I love that it publishes a 5-page annual report summarizing a highly successful 2017-2018. Very, very nice. We had an excellent meeting, very interactive, and these make the best leadership meetings. Julie Hanrahan is one of those Rotarians you meet who you know, without any reservations, is going to make an outstanding club president. Wednesday evening, President Marcia presented her with a President-elect certificate. No turning back now, Julie, but I knew you wouldn't anyway. And the club already has a president nominee lined up to follow Julie. This is the kind of outstanding succession planning that's an indication of a vibrant club. Immediate past president Ron Thompson is a great hands-on Rotarian and be-there kind of guy whenever needed. I really valued his insights Wednesday night. Sonia Graham raised her hand with an idea for a new fundraiser for the club, the Raining Cats and Dogs event that a couple of other clubs in our district are doing. And the next day, she told me she'd gotten her boss's permission to spend some time working on this for the club. Fabulous. That's the kind of action that we love to see. Thursday noon, I snagged President Marcia for a photo op before club, and I reconnected with Sonia Graham and her husband Jim. It's pretty clear these two red badges are in it to make a difference. By the way, take a close look at Jim's classification. Now that's what I'm talking about. I've always said there's a classification for everyone. This proves it. Another nice introduction from A.G. Crystal, in English, thank you very much, a few laughs, my message, and then recognition of two exceptionally inspirational club members. President-elect Julie Hanrahan for always willing to fill in wherever needed, and Richard O'Hearn for helping with meeting setups and never ever complaining. And I recognized Matt Spangler for being my personal inspiration for almost 30 years. Matt was the Lincoln County Land Use Planning Director for many, many years. And I used to call on Matt to talk me off the ledge when new rules would come down from Salem back in the years when I was the Coos County Planning Director. Matt is a wonderfully inspiring guy, and no surprise he's been in the club for a long time. Before leaving the meeting, I paused for a photo with two visiting students of the month and inbound exchange student Nico from Bolivia. Nico even has his own badge. Pretty cool. Well, folks, that's it for this week. I had really wanted to help with the Membership 120 in Florence on Saturday, but an unexpected family issue came up that prevents this. And family does come first. Just can't do it all, but darn it, I sure want to. So for now, though, dream big, have fun, get stuff done, and be the inspiration. Bye-bye.